right, folks, this is Harris Sultan. I don't know why we allow this. It's beyond me. I know before this war, it was difficult, but now we are at war with the Islamic regime of Iran. So there are two types of Islamic regime simps. One are the lefties, like Cenk Uyghur. They hate Israel so much that they would side with America's enemies and they would mourn Khamenei's loss. Okay, so that's one. They are a little bit more difficult to tackle because they are Americans. So that's number one. But number two, you have the Islamists. You have the Islamist simps, not Sunni Islamists, Shia Islamists, who live in America, Britain, Australia, in our Western countries. They have been enjoying great lives in Western democracies. We've given them free speech, yet they are praying for America's defeat. Their hearts are beating for the Islamic regime. Let me show you this. If this is not treason, then I don't know what is. This guy, he's an Islamic scholar in Michigan, Hasnain Rajabali. This is what he's saying on Khamenei's killing. Why do we keep hearing our leaders are being killed and the other side does not? The other side being Americans. How come the Islamic regime's leaders are dying, but not American leaders or Americans? Don't worry, Islam will overtake the world. They tell you openly. Why are we allowing this? This is like having Nazis during World War II openly saying that they want Americans to die, American leadership to die, while living in America. Why do we allow this? Let's have a listen.
So when we look around and say, well, what's the silver lining to all of this? That every day we hear this terrible news of one of our leaders getting killed.
By one of our leaders, doesn't mean American leaders. By our, he means the Islamic regime's leaders. Look at the sadness in his eyes. He's about to cry. And he's giving the sermon in Michigan. Not behind closed doors to his devout followers. Openly broadcasting it, hoping that some fanatic Muslims will get upset and draw some courage and start hurting American interests or American lives. Why do we allow this?
Why is the other side not getting killed? Why are they not being decapitated?
Decapitated. He wants American soldiers and American leadership to get decapitated. Let me remind you again, he's not sitting somewhere in IRGC stronghold. He is sitting in a mosque in Michigan. Why do we allow this?
It will come.
He's sniffling. He's crying. Look, this.
It will come. Decapitated. It will come. Don't worry. I have read too much history to be convinced otherwise. And I know.
I have read too much history to be convinced otherwise. He obviously didn't read the history of World War II. He's probably reading his own Islamic history where they've been killing each other for 1400 years. And yeah, in the pre-modern times, that used to happen in the West as well. But the West is far too civilized now to be looked at through your primitive, barbaric lens. We don't kill our politicians. Our political rivals don't kill each other. And if you had paid more attention on science and technology rather than subjugating your own people, then you might have had a chance, but you don't have a chance. America, by far, is the greatest military force on earth. The only time America loses is when it loses interest. That's the only time America loses. America says, you know what? We're going to leave you at your devices. You guys are too primitive and barbaric. That's exactly what America did in Afghanistan. We tried to install democracy there, but eventually we gave up because those people were not ready for a democracy. Again, we're going in Iran hoping that the Iranian people will take control of their destiny. They will establish the new democratic government. That's our hope. If that doesn't happen, unfortunately, then America will go back. But at least your leaders would have been decapitated. You would not be able to challenge America or American allies in the region for a considerable amount of time until you get ready again, and then we'll come at you again. It's going to keep happening. Will America fall one day? Yeah, who knows? Maybe in 50 years' time, maybe in 100 years' time. We don't know. But it is not today. Today, it's your turn.
Don't worry. I have read too much history to be convinced otherwise. And I know for fact that Islam is not in danger.
Says the guy whose country has only got 33% Muslims left. 33%. 40% are either atheists or non-religious. 40% in the Islamic Republic of Iran. No wonder you see these people dancing around. Islam is in serious danger. Even around the Gulf countries, every country you look at, religiosity is dying. Yes, religiosity and fundamentalism amongst Western Muslims is growing. And we are reaching an inflection point. I know that in my heart. There will come a time when Western leaders will decide that we got to do something about this problem. We got to start deporting these extremists and radicals who are just basically standard Muslims. But their time will come too. So Islam is in serious danger. I predict by the end of this century, Islam will not be a serious force.
In fact, Islam is on a trajectory of the most incredible growth imaginable.
No, it's not. They're lying. They just lie about it all the time. Islam is dying. Ex-Muslims are growing rapidly, and other Muslims and a lot of previously religious people are falling in the bracket of not so religious.
Something that is really threatening the core of our society. Something that is so severe, so serious, that almost every single day I deal with it. Every single day. And that is Muslim youth leaving Islam. What percentage do you think that would be? Is it 2% of our youth? Is it 3? Give me a number. I want to share with you. Give me a number. 10, 5%. No, I want more than 5. 15, more. 20, more. 24% of Muslim youth are leaving Islam.
Do you know how many Muslims became atheists today? Polls conducted in the Muslim world reveal that up to 5% of Muslims in some of the most conservative Muslim countries in the world are closet atheists. Right now, there are non-profit organizations all over the world whose mission is to spread atheism in Muslim lands. One of my friends did an internet search on the words, "Why Islam is True." Do you know what he found? At the top of the search results was an organization of ex-Muslims who had paid Google to make sure that anyone who searched on those words would find their results displayed prominently before all other search results.
Wallahi, some people have been calling me and giving me some emails. Brother, I have doubts. What doubts, man? What embarrassment is that? Why you have doubts? Why? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. And these weak Muslims in the West, sending me emails and this, I'm losing my faith and I'm a hafiz. I'm losing, get the hell out. You are never a strong believer in the first place, you weakling. You're a weakling.
It is rare that you would find back home a young man or a young woman addressing their parents, their family, and telling them, I don't believe in Allah. I don't believe that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a messenger of Allah. I don't believe that the Quran is a book of revelation. That is unthinkable. That is the unthinkable. It is happening. It is happening continuously. It is going to become an avalanche, a tsunami that is going to hit our community in such a way that we will have a very difficult time standing. It will knock us over.
In fact, Islam is on a trajectory of the most incredible growth imaginable.
Lying. They just lie about it all the time.
It will continue as promised by Allah. and it will overtake the world as promised by Allah.
See the goal? What? See what? This is all delusion. Not gonna happen, because I refuse to believe that the civilization that took us to the moon, the civilization that gave us pretty much everything that we look at, is going to be taken down by these people. It just cannot happen. But that doesn't mean that these people cannot hurt us. These people with their illusions of grandeur and taking over the world eventually will still hurt us. There will be terrorist attacks. There will be voting discrepancies. There will be problems in our bureaucracy and governments like we are witnessing in the UK. None of the independent British Muslims have condemned the Islamic regime's attacks on Muslim countries like the UAE, Bahrain, Oman, Saudi Arabia. Because strategically, they are on this side. Whether you are a Shia, if you're fighting against the West, they're going to be on their side.
They talk about it. They say, oh, they talk about this, the return of the Mahdi who will come and he will establish justice.
Shias focus heavily on Mahdi, which is their Messiah. He's going to come back in eschatological times and Jesus is going to join him and he's going to conquer the world and establish a caliphate all over the world. And the judgment day will come.
Such a Mahdi, they are terrified of.
No, we're not terrified of it. What is he going to come on a donkey or something? We've got Apache helicopters. We'll be fine. We're just going to press a button and boom, your Mahdi is going to be blown into a million pieces.
Such a Mahdi is going to cut the tentacles of the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergs and the Rockefellers and the Medicis.
The Medicis, Jesus. The Medici family from the 16th century Renaissance Italy? Oh my God.
And the rest of the gang.
The one that he didn't name, the real enemy, the Trumps, the Clintons, the Bushes, pretty much the entire West. But this is the worst part. While we allow people inside our borders pray for America's defeat, pray for the murder of our leaders on our soil, look what the Islamic regime does to its dissidents. Have a listen. This is an IRGC commander, and he's saying that we've been given shoot to kill orders. Anyone who says anything against the regime will be killed. Yeah? So you saw what we're allowing to our enemies on our soil. They can blurt out anything that they want. And look what the Islamic regime is doing to its dissidents.
پدر مادرها
2 دقیقه
پسر شما دختر شما گوش نمیده تقصیر ما نیست. هر کسی امروز تو خاک ایران نغمه ای از حلقومش بیرون بیاد که به دشمن هم نوایی کنه، اون زیر پاش تلاویو، کلش هم نتانیاهوه. حکم تیر او صادر شده. به این صراحت کسی به
No one has ever talked to you this directly before. You know, like, oh, I'm doing you a favor. So don't tell me tomorrow that, oh, we didn't know about this. We've been given orders to kill you if you say anything against the regime. Am I not nice?
شما صحبت نکرده. ما دوست نداریم فرزند شما کشته بشه. چون فرزند شما جاهله. فرزند شما غافله. چون پدر
And do you want to see that in action? Let me show you that in action. Look at this. This is what he means by anyone who says anything against the regime. So this footage is shot by an Iranian from a rooftop, and someone yells out that the final battle is near and Raza Pahlavi will return or something. And the IRGC thugs will shoot at them. Do you see that? So I don't know why we're allowing this. This is wartime. We are at war. Anyone who speaks in favor of the Islamic regime, that's treason. That's treason. People who are repeating the narrative of the Islamic regime, the enemy, are basically sabotaging American society and the war effort. That cannot be allowed. In World War II, I remember people were still getting charged with treason. Why did we stop doing that? Why?
If you look at how they have penetrated the systems, it's vicious, it's evil to the core.
Yeah, well, because they want to penetrate the system. And look, they have done pretty well. They have penetrated our systems, our institutions, as we are witnessing in the UK. The UK's Prime Minister is absolutely terrified. He is literally on his knees telling his Muslim constituency that we did not play a part in that. Please, look, Iran is still bombing our interests, but we didn't play a part in that, and we will remain in defensive positions. And he received a standing ovation from them.
On Iran, I want to make clear the UK was not involved in the offensive strikes of the US and Israel, and that remains the case. As many of you will know,
So they have infiltrated our democracies. But America is still strong. America is still standing. But please, this is no time to be complacent. This is actually the right time to put the foot down. You are a traitor. You're a traitor. You're a traitor. We're going to cancel your citizenship. Off you go. Off you go. Go to Tehran.